Mate, I've got to ask what your footwear is, because
Timberlands.
Timberland, I was looking for some boots. I went down a Caterpillar track, but I can reverse quickly and take them back and swap them. Ed endorsed Timberland.
Yeah, no, I'm on. I don't know what I wore Nike all the time, and then I can't even remember what it was. Something happened where someone somewhere was did something to one of my team, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna go on a self. No one's really noticed I don't wear Nike anymore, but like, yeah. So I've been trying out different brands.
No.
I don't even remember why I don't do it. I just remember like being like, oh, I'm not gonna wear it for a while. But like since then, you wear different shoes.
I mean, did you get to the point where they give you stuff now?
Yeah, but it's kind of like they'll send a website and then they'll say pick one. And when you're on a website, it's like it's a bit you want to see it in person. So I actually buy my shoes because I go in and choose them.
Do you know, I was going to ask that. And don't get me wrong, all the things that we plan to talk about I've totally hijacked now. But it's one of those things that I always find, I don't know how artists feel when people start giving them stuff. Because you kind of...
You wish you'd have got it before.
Well, no, yeah, but there's a time in life when, and you probably understand that, where you could do with someone going, listen, here's some gear for you. And then all of a sudden...
I think what I've learned from, and I do agree with that, what I've learned from it is like, you don't actually get anything you want for free.
Yeah.
There's the things the clothes you would actually wear, you end up actually going out and buying, and the clothes that you get for free are the ones that are kind of like... So I actually end up just everything I've ever got given for free just goes to a charity shop in my area.
Because did you not do that and then cause like a meltdown or something?
But they didn't. I don't think they researched what they were selling, because everything was a tenner, and it was like Burberry shirts, there was a Gucci jacket, some like Louis Vuitton shoes. Like it was all like stuff. Obviously, like not stuff that I would wear, but like high-end stuff, and they were all just going. I mean,
if you came in,
and they were new as well, like unworn stuff.
If you came in wearing Louis Vuitton stuff, I'd be like, "What has happened? This is, because you like me, you're comfortable in hoodies. That's the way."
Yeah.
But it's so good.
Well, that's why I was giving it to a charity shop. But I was kind of like, "Hey guys,
yeah,
designer stuff, you can sell this," and they were like, "Cool, tenner." You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
It is. I mean, it's genuinely, and you probably get to hear this, but it's genuinely just amazing to finally get to meet you as a person, because you know it's a bit cliche to go, "Oh, we've seen how your career's gone," but it has been phenomenal, and you've just become this incredible artist that. When I say to people, I'm busy this afternoon, I'm going to interview Ed Sheeran, they're like, what? Yeah, I'm talking to Ed Sheeran this afternoon. It's going to be amazing. And they're like, no way. No. And you kind of go, is it real to you? Do you kind of ever sit back? Tyles made an amazing point. She said, last night she was lying in bed and she went, oh, tomorrow I'm going to interview Ed Sheeran. She said, do you think Ed Sheeran lies in bed tonight just when he's falling asleep and goes, whoa, I am Ed Sheeran? Because it's kind of, it's just the whole thing is just...
Yeah, I mean, it is bizarre, but I think you only witness the bizarre moments when you go out searching for them. Like if I was to go into Tiger or Vodka Revs or like a student night, and you'd be like, wow, this is really bizarre. But I purposefully try and go places that are empty with my mates, and so I don't actually. The most bizarre part for me is standing on stage and having everyone scream. But you can kind of like. There's like a separation between you as a human being and you as an artist. Because when you're on stage, obviously, I'm a lot more confident and kind of like So I feel like they're avoiding the weird moments.
Because there are people who do totally the opposite and go out purposely to be spotted.
Yeah. Well, what I didn't know is I always was like, oh, I don't really want to get famous because then paparazzi will follow me about. And then like now, the only time that paparazzi ever find me is when I'm with other famous people, and what I've learned is that a lot of the time they get called by someone involved with because I've had like not really that much problems at all with them, and when you say people go out and seek it, like not everyone obviously, so there are some people at a stage of fame where it's just like like a lot of the American superstars, but certainly like a lot of English celebrities, I think you see these perfect pictures of them on a beach and you're like, well, why is that so photoshopped?
Was the because obviously you had the year out. Was that a very conscious thing to do purely for you, or was that a conscious thing where you could do the album, or did you just go, I need to step back for a bit because?
Yeah, I mean, I was going a little bit mental with it, like just because like all I was doing is working, and I didn't have any friends of my age on tour. So like all of my touring team are 50 plus, and they all have kids, and they would finish the night and go to bed. So I would go out with the ragamuffins that I find that day and cause havoc in like any city that I went to, and just kind of get up to stuff that that I shouldn't really have been getting up to, but with people I didn't know or trust, and it was just getting a bit bad. So yeah, I took a step back from it, moved back home, found all my home friends again, and kind of like balanced it all out again.
Yeah, do you know, Ed, you're such a likeable, nice guy, and I think that comes across in your music, and it comes across on interviews, and certainly when you meet you as well, person to person. But one of the things that I hear mentioned quite a lot is blah, 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 whoever, Ed Sheeran, BFF. Everyone's your best friend.
Yeah, you have a lot of best friends.
And I want to know, name one name. Who is your best friend? Because I've heard that there are about 7 or 8 people who are your best friends.
But there's different kind of, like, my actual best friends are my homemates, and I've got 12 of them, 4 of whom are here today, 3 of whom are employed by me on tour to not send me mental. Yeah, I mean, it's the best thing you can do if you're a solo artist without a band. Bring your mates on tour, because they really, I'd say they're my close mates. They're the people that I will go out of my way to every year. I carve a week out of the summer and a week out of the Christmas, whatever I'm doing, and make sure I go on holiday with them. Like, so yeah, I'd say they're my best mates. But I think that, the thing where it keeps saying in the press like BFF, I think that's just I think it's when you're in an industry of people, it's good to get on with people, and it's good to have fun times. Because like when I'm 60, I doubt I'll still be in the pop world, but I will have stories about being in the pop world that you can tell people. I heard a friend of mine used to hang out with John Lennon way back when. He's like an old school geezer, and he has stories like. And he'll be like, oh, me and John Lennon went to this place, got really drunk, and sat. I think they were seeing Frank Sinatra or something. They sat front row in Vegas, and as soon as Frank Sinatra came on, John Lennon shouted out. And they got, but the point is, having stories like that, I think are priceless. So like, if I end up on a night with Justin Bieber, there is going to be a funny story that comes from it, just from the craziness that follows him around. So but that's my point with being BFFs with people, is it's just you constantly have a fun life. It's really boring just to be like the solitary musician who just hangs out with his friends. You have to have both. I can hang out with my mates, but also go and have.
Has being the person you are today and having the level of success that you've had today, has that changed the way you are when you are with that collective of friends, or are you still just?
No, because it's like I've known all of them since I was like. I've known one of them since I was 5, but most of them since I was 10. And there's not really anything they don't know about me and that I don't know about them. And I can't. The only way I ever show the what I've achieved with them is if they can't get into a club or something, and I'll be like, okay, I'll come with you. Stuff like that. So like, it never actually comes into the equation.
Oh, that's cool. The tour itself, are you enjoying that? Is that something that you put a lot of kind of planning into you as a person? Do all the ideas come out of Ed Sheeran's head for what you want to do and how you want it to go?
No, I think like I sort the music side of things, and then I have a guy that I trust that he did like Madonna's stage show and stuff, and he's very much. He knows what he's doing. I don't know anything about stage. I just say make sure it is interesting enough for the crowd to watch.
Because the first time that we saw you was probably, or the first time I saw you was probably at maybe one of the Capital Summertime Balls. And you literally wandered out on a stage with, this tiny little pedal box thing, and then just absolutely rocked the place. And it was amazing to see. And I always kind of say to people to have that ability where you just wandered out and then went, I got this, no problem. It was just, in fact, you were the first person I ever saw do the thing with the mobile phone with the light on. It was at the Jingle Bell Ball. Yeah, it was the first time I'd seen it. And you created this just amazing atmosphere with very little, other than your own ability and a pedal box. And what I noticed with the day was you seem to have more pedals on the pedal box now. Other than that, you seem to still just be.
Well, I really care about how it sounds now. So like the pedal board's bigger, so you can actually. it's all about sounds getting compressed, and if they get compressed, then they start distorting. And so now it's bigger, so it sounds really clear, and you can, yeah. But I think going back to your point, I think playing shows from, you know, pub gigs and having to really fight to get people's attention.
Sure, yeah.
And one of the ways to get people's attention is talking to them and making them do things, being like, oh, sing this, put your lights in the air, do this, do that. And as soon as you've got them and they're in, then they'll listen to a song. And I don't think that matters whether you're in a 20 capacity venue or a 100,000 capacity venue. I think it's the same thing. People like to sing along. They like to be involved. If you just, there should never be a separation. It should be performer and audience as one, rather than performer and audience. And I think it doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah, do you know, I'll be honest, this week I had a little bit of a panic because I saw something, I think it was Monday, where it said that after this tour, you'd be taking 5 to 10 years off. Thankfully, you stepped in and said, no, that's not true. These stories appear from nowhere, I guess.
I think they appear from nowhere because I honestly think people really, really want me to take some time off. A lot of the...
That's not true.
I think people are kind of grasping at straws, being like... Because when that came out, the reaction was just like, our prayers have been answered. The evil has been defeated. But, you know, like... But what I say to them is, if it's not me, it's going to be someone else. There's always someone you're going to hate, and I'm thankful it's me.
Yeah, absolutely. There's another story that I saw about you, and I thought to myself, is that real? I don't know. And I want it to be real so much.
I don't know what he's about to say, so I'm fearful.
I love this, right? I heard that at your home, you've got a pub, and you've got a secret tunnel that leads to the pub. I don't know whether that's true or not.
True.
But
it looks like it's true.
Let
Look at that
be
face.
true.
All I will say to that is, if I put you in my situation,
Yeah,
and I give you stuff to play with,
I'd have a
to
pub.
build, what would you? All I'm saying is, what would you do exactly the same thing, right?
I'd have a bookcase. Got a bookcase.
No way!
And I'd have a book that I move on the bookcase like this, and it.
Secret room.
Mate, high five.
Unbelievable.
Lad's pad, what I'm saying.
Ed Sheeran.
You've got to do it.
Oh.
And I stole all these ideas from a movie director, quite a big movie director, and I went to his house, and he had all these things: secret bookcase, tunnels, you know, a thing that you stroke, and it's like a James Bond thing. Like, so I think when you're a boy, you just like boy thing.
Yeah, totally.
I'm sure you'd probably like it as well, like a...
Do you know what?
Yeah, come on.
I want to know you get membership to this secret club. It's brilliant. I want into that. I'm hoping that simply being ginger gets me in.
Yeah, that might actually get you out, because there's only one.
There you go. King of the Gingers, everybody. Ed Sheeran.
Game over.
I wouldn't say you're ginger, though.
No, we were just having this conversation.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm not sure that you are actually ginger.
Oh,
It's going
here we
blonder,
go.
isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is,
The
definitely.
sun. I actually had vitamin D deficiency for not going outside. So now I've started going outside. The sun's...
Living between a house and a bar via a tunnel.
That's the problem.
Vitamin D.